So this is a short tutorial on Python print function. The print function is used to send some output to the system, standard output on your computer. Standard output can, for example, mean a terminal window. So when you do the print function and execute the program line by line in Python, it will, from the terminal, it will show the output on your terminal as well. So let's take a really simple example, which is the classic hello world. So we type this in, we press Command S, this is Mac, to save it, and then we go to the terminal. And now when I type this Python print function record, it says hello world here. This is the standard output in this case for our program. And yeah, then Python function, this string here is called an argument. So you put it in for the function to execute, and we can also put in multiple arguments. So we can do print hello world, and we say put in now argument number 2, hello exclamation mark. And now we go back to the terminal and we execute this, and you see we run the hello world, and then we also run the hello world hello. So you see both of the two arguments printed to the standard output on the terminal. And now we go back and let's instead duplicate string. Duplicate string. So what happens here, I will first show you the what we do, hello, and now when we add multiplier sign 5, so we have this string hello exclamation mark, and let's add one space for easier reading on the standard output. So when we have this is going to repeat the string 5 times and add it to a new string, and then it's given as one argument to the print function, and it's going to be printed to the standard output when you run it. So you see it duplicates, but this is just one string when you execute it in the program. And now we can also, Python function accepts multiple different arguments that are pre-named with specific name. So for example, we can do separator, custom separator. So we do print, and let's say we do hello, and we also do hello with one O, and then we add sep, this stands for separator, and we add this and we add equal sign. So this is a named argument, not just any argument that is passed here. So the program can recognize that this is the separator argument. And what the separator argument does, you can customize what is printed between these different arguments. So for example, let's add 3 dash. Normally when you have the separator is one space, but this time we have triple dash. So here you will see what happens. Here we had 2 arguments, and you see there is this one space in between, but now we have triple dash. So you can do something like this with the built-in print function in Python as well. And then when we do the next one, we can also have custom end sign argument. So for example, typically, normally is better word. Normally Python uses this type of character as the end of line or end of the print function, but it puts at the end, and these two basically mean it's a new line. So what this means is, normally when you say hello and you print another, let's say print hello 2, what happens here is you get hello and hello 2 on a new line. But instead what we can do is we can do print hello, and let's add here custom end. So let's say we add space, 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 triples. It's 3 or I think it's 4 space. And then we do print hello 2. And what will happen is both of the prints will be on the same line. But this second print still added the new line character, which is this one. And you can also obviously combine these two. So combine sep and end arguments. So what we can do is also end equals multispace, and then we can print memes here. And what will happen when we run this is this. You see the separator here, but this one doesn't take the separator because it's a new function call, but this one didn't add the new line character, so the memes is still printed on the same line anyways. And you can also press functional strings to Python print. So what this means, functional string is here, you add the F, this stands for F, and then you add the quotation marks, and then you can, for example, say rockets, and let's add a variable here. I will explain this in just variable 1, and let's say can fly to moon, and now we add 1 space here just for better example that's easier to read, and then we add these brackets here, and then we add variable 1 here. What happens is this print function will take the rockets, add space, and then it will take variable 11 here, and it contains the string, and the string is simply added here at this position. And now when we execute this, you see it prints rockets can fly to the moon. So you can add something that can change into the code. And this is particularly useful with for loop functional strings. So for example, you can do, let's make a variable array, and let's add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then for I in variable array, and then we do print functional number is, and then we add the bracket and I, and when we execute this, it's going to loop through every value in the array and print number is, and when we execute this, we simply get number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the primary use case for variables that I will personally use in my programs. You can also, if you have something complicated in a variable, you can obviously just use one line print to also output it. So it's also pretty convenient for that. And then lastly, a very simple is save print output to a file. So instead of getting it the standard output, you can do something like hello from a file, and you can say file, and let's say the file name is open meme file.txt, and let's say write vmode. So now we execute this, and let's see ls. So we have this meme file in here, so it's this one, and I made a bad typo, I added a comma here, but we can still do cat meme file text, and we get hello from a file printed at the bottom of the file here. So that's how it works. And lastly, there is something called flushing argument. Let's say argument here, so print this immediately. So there is something called flush, we say true here. So normally Python has flushing false. It means it uses the a buffer to print the text in larger chunks, which is better for output device control. But you can decide that everything is outputted to the standard output immediately, and it will still print it normally if we execute it. So actually flush, so was it flush? Let's see. yeah, print this immediately, and that's it. I don't normally use this often, but it's still good to know. That's most of the stuff you need to know about Python print function. See you in the next one.